Why is there a work column and a life column? Is work not part of life? Am I not having life while I'm at work? How did work carve out its own life from my life? Can I bill for life? How much do I have to like my work before it stops qualifying as work and starts qualifying as life? Good questions, none of which we will be answering in this video. Welcome back to Associate Tribe. You hear so much about work-life balance and trying to achieve it and trying to get it and how associates at law firms don't have it. And so today's video is going to be talking about just that. 3 things to help you achieve a better work-life balance. Balancing hours at the office, working on your cases, and balancing hours outside of the office, spending time with friends, families, hobbies, interests, charities, faith-based organizations, and of course, most importantly, binge watching Netflix in your pajamas. Number 1, adjust your expectations. A big reason why law firm associates who hate their jobs is because they had no idea what the job was going to look like going in. And to be fair, it's not law students' fault. It's really hard to know what a job's going to look like before you start it. And when you go to work for a law firm as a summer associate while you're still in law school, they do a terrible job of setting expectations and showing you what the job is actually going to look like. Your days are going to be filled with happy hours and bowling trips and extravagant lunches and dinners, and they will give you zero understanding of what the hour requirements are really going to be. So law firm associates start these jobs and are just immediately inundated with the hour requirements and the work requirements. So I want to give you guys an overview of what an average day for a big law firm associate looks like. So on average, your day is going to be about 11 hours. So you're looking at office time from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there are associates who leave earlier. So some associates carve out time to leave at 7 p.m. But then you can expect to work another couple of hours at night once you log back onto your computer. And keep in mind, that is an average day. So if a case or a project is heating up, if there's a big deadline coming up, if there are unexpected client requests or comments, you can expect to tack on another 2 hours per night and or half a day to a full day on the weekend. Number 2, setting boundaries. And I talk about this in other videos, but it is so important and so tough to do because it can be awkward and uncomfortable and literally in conflict with everything you've ever been told about how to be a good worker and a yes man and a gold star associate. But it really is important to implement this early and to be consistent about it, because this is the key to productivity and longevity and sanity. And setting boundaries looks different for every person. As I mentioned earlier, there are associates that left the office around 6 or 7 p.m. and that was with the understanding that they would be logging back onto their laptops at home for a couple of hours that evening. It can look like associates who asked for 1 day a week off, either to be with their families or just honestly to work from home. And I saw that boundary respected. For me, the boundary that I set for myself was when I knew there wasn't a big deadline coming up, I would not answer emails on the weekends. I wouldn't answer emails on vacations or when I was with my family. I just completely shut that off. So you have to define what's important to you, what your time priorities are, what those moments of the day are that you want to be away from work for. And if those are reasonable and you show that you can turn around good work product even with those boundaries in place, you will be surprised at how consistently respected those boundaries will be. So put those in place and stand strong on them. And number 3 is be there when it matters. Be there when it matters for work. Be there when it matters for your personal life away from work. Be there at work when things blow up or there's a fire to put out, and you can be somebody that your team relies on to get that problem solved. And similarly, when there's something really important in your personal life, leave work to go attend to it. Be there for your kid's first birthday party. Be there when somebody goes to the hospital. Leave work and make that a priority. And I guarantee you the moments in between are really going to fall into the mix, are really going to be forgotten, but those important moments are what you're going to remember and how people are going to remember you. So always be there when it matters. And one last bonus piece of advice, if you are truly on the fence between a litigation or a corporate career and you're not sure which one to choose, in terms of a work-life balance, I would highly recommend choosing litigation. And this is biased because I'm a litigator, but I have confirmation from every single corporate associate friend I have ever had that this is the case, that in litigation, it is so much easier to plan a life, to plan your schedule around your work, because in litigation, you get a case scheduling order at the beginning of a case that tells tells you when discovery is going to end, when dispositive motions are due, when expert discovery ends, when the pre-trial deadlines are. And so you have a sense for how the months and years in the future on that case are going to play out. Whereas as a corporate associate, you're much more at the whim of the clients. They could request something from you late at night, something on the weekend, something while you're traveling, something on a holiday, and you generally have to respond right away. And so for my corporate associate friends, they would cancel dinners much more often, they would cancel vacations much more often, and so it's just a much more unpredictable lifestyle. In litigation, it's still not perfect. You can be on multiple cases with case scheduling deadlines that overlap, you can have deadline extensions, you can have emergency motions that pop up. There are a lot of things that can happen, but generally speaking, day to day and month to month, you're going to have more control over your schedule and more notice of when things are going to happen so that you can plan to stay late during the week so you can take off the weekend, or to work the weekend so that you can leave work early the next week. Those type of scheduling advantages that corporate associates unfortunately just don't have. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and comment tribe on below in the comments. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, click that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and you will be notified every time we release a new video every Tuesday. And that's where I will see you in the next one. Bye.